We gotta watch that down there. Thank you.
Now I want a T-shirt with Jeremy Piven on it. This caption: "Don't be that guy." We're ready. We're rolling.
Who's Jeremy Piven?
He's that guy.
He's an actor. Kind of.
He was one of the main guys in PCU.
Yeah, he's like the main guy in PCU.
I love PCU.
This is why I love doing this with you guys. I start the camera rolling, and you talk about something randomly for 20 minutes.
That's where I got.
Well, that's what this episode is about, Jeremy Piven. This is the Jeremy Piven episode.
And
Everybody has been emailing and asking for continuously.
Yeah,
So.
we're all about to Piven.
See, your stuff wasn't
apparently
ready.
you're not ready.
And here we already were, elbow deep into a Jeremy Piven conversation.
Mm-hmm. Let's just say I was using veterinarian gloves. We were so deep.
All right.
Think about that.
So no, actually, instead of talking about Jeremy Piven, today we're going to talk about. I don't know what episode number this is, but
Oh, hold on.
we're
out.
The
going
last one we did was 112. I think.
we're going to go right into.
I think you're right. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Conversation about a movie, because now that we're doing the studio work, we can
Which
actually.
we are not in right now.
We're not in the studio. We're sitting here at esports convention, doing the esports. Oh, we're being filmed, so you can see this beautiful backdrop we got.
It's amazing.
This is 113.
113. So it'd be 114 because we did 113 live from esports, didn't we?
No,
Earlier today.
we're not doing that.
All right.
Remember? Yeah, I called it Wichita Esports 2018.
So here,
It's not part of the numbering structure.
we're doing we're going to talk about Star Wars, because now we can talk about spoilers, and we can start off the episode with spoiler warning.
Oh yeah.
So we
If
don't
you
have to
haven't
worry
seen
about
this
it.
yet, it's because you don't want to.
Yeah, and I think
So you've been warned.
we're a month and a half out from Star Wars now. 2 months? Has it been 2 months?
December, January,
See, and
and we're into February.
you just saw it the other day,
Yeah, I saw it about a week ago.
about a week ago.
Week or two ago? Yeah.
I saw it opening
Last week.
weekend. You saw it opening weekend,
I
didn't you,
saw
John?
it the day before it opened.
The day before it opened.
He
You're
is
that
so
cool.
hipster.
Did you forget that I actually put a video up on our ConCast
That's right,
page
that's
about
right.
that?
No, we didn't forget about the video. We just forgot about the release date of the video.
So, and you've seen it, Frankie?
Yes.
How long has it been since you've seen it?
About a month. Yeah, about a month.
No, it was a long time ago.
So, and
In the galaxy.
far, far
and
away.
Robin's seen it, so
Yes.
that's saying a lot.
Yes, I watched it opening weekend, but not opening day.
All
So
right.
let's get a quick. What did you all think of it? Because I think everybody's got their problems and everybody's got their opinions on it.
It's got issues.
It's kind of how I'm feeling. I walked out of it and my review online was, meh.
What I mean, at this point, after watching episode 8, was episode 7 really necessary?
Well, you introed the new characters.
Yes, it was necessary because without
Really,
it, they
because
couldn't
they
have
didn't
found the
use.
map.
They really didn't use almost
Without it, there
anything
was no
from
Luke
it.
Skywalker. That's
It-
the only necessary thing that came out of the movie was them
But the
getting
thing
the
is,
map.
it's-
And then they Obi-Wan'd them.
But it's the thing is, episode 7 established that Luke was missing in the first place. Without episode 7, they could have just went and found Luke. We didn't know he was
Yeah,
missing.
yeah. See, they did this in episode 4. We established that Ben Kenobi was missing. All right, R2 found his ass like that. All right.
No.
Well, he wasn't missing. They knew where Ben Kenobi was.
What?
He wasn't missing. They knew where he was. He was on
In
Tatooine.
spirit, he was missing. He was Ben Kenobi. He wasn't Obi-Wan.
So my biggest problem, and a lot of people had problems. I don't want to say it was totally bad because I did enjoy it. There were 3 things that really messed me up on it. One was we lost our Star Wars swipes. So were you making fun of my 3? Is that, so we lost our Star Wars swipes that were so prominent in all the other movies. You know, the fade that they
Yeah.
would do and stuff. It just wasn't there.
It's
as
a
much.
technically called a wipe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just part of what made Star Wars Star Wars. It gave it that feel, and not just fan service, but it genuinely gave it a feel. It's just like the music gives it a feel. They could have brought Danny Elfman in to do the music, but it still wouldn't have had the same feel then.
You know, I didn't even notice the swipes in any of the movies.
Really?
I noticed them a lot in the first one, especially on the first movie. The wipes were really noticeable, but after that they weren't as noticeable.
And-
And it really they only used them not in a scene, but when they're going from scene to scene is when they used them.
And I know we're going to talk about some fan theories here in a minute. I should have brought that up at the beginning. But the swipes, everybody says that kind of stuff doesn't matter. And they're right in the sense of as long as it was a good story.
Yeah.
There's
There's
where
our
the problem
caveat.
lies.
Yeah.
The story itself was, it's like they had some key elements that they wanted to shoehorn into the movie. And the rest, it's like, well, we don't have to continue the story from the first movie.
From the seventh movie.
Or from the seventh movie. We don't have to continue that. All these plot things that were set up there, we can just wipe over. Some of the good ones that I'm fine with is like everybody's bitching that Rey's parents are nobody.
I
think
am
that's great.
excited about that. I want her parents to be nobody. I want more than just some Jedi aristocracy to be out there with the powers.
Well, and for those of us who were around for the first New Hope, that was the deal. Was Luke Skywalker being a farm boy becoming a Jedi? That meant like anybody could be a Jedi. That was awesome.
Yep.
And then when they did Episode 1, it's like no, not anybody. You got to be born special first, and then even once you're born special,
you have to have
be,
this special infection.
right. And then once
All
that
right.
happens, you have to be welcomed into our elite group. And it's like, oh, well, now it's not like that. So the born special thing really pissed me off. And then in the new stuff, no, you can be anybody, and you can again be any age to become a.
And that's what I like about it.
like
I like
the
that. I liked Rose. They brought in Rose. She was just. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, even Rey, damn good looking actress. All right, Rose, girl next door actress.
Yeah.
And I wanted that. I'm tired of all these shows out there where everybody is ungodly pretty. I
I
mean,
like it when they're pretty.
I don't when it's everybody who's pretty, because one of the things that you have to be able to do with a movie is to be able to get the audience to imagine themselves in that. All right, reduce the separation from reality. That way that you can get into it. But if the people are so unrealistically good looking, you're not able to insert yourself into that.
I like inserting
I
myself
took that,
into
yeah.
realistically beautiful people.
And plus, I've seen people after a week of camping, they're not pretty anymore. All right? And when you look at shows like The Druid of Shananana, all right?
The Shannara Chronicles.
Yeah, them too. The Shanana Chronicles. All right? Those people, post-apocalyptic, way too good looking. All
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I agree with
Hundreds
them.
of years after the
Lots. Yeah, where
I
only
do
the
not
pretty
think
people
that
are
they
breeding.
genetically, altered themselves to have eyeliner.
Fair
I
enough.
like Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, unlike Jack Sparrow. Yeah. Well, that was a movie filled with women.
So Ash and I have chimed in on the Ray's parents being nobody thing. How are you guys on that?
I don't know why everyone takes it as such like literal word, like, because Kylo Ren could just be like, "Oh, hey Ray, your parents were nobody. You're a nobody. Come join the dark side because you're filled with hate now."
He
It
is
was just a diss.
he is a bad guy.
Yeah.
So if he's a bad guy, he could be full of it. Yeah. And a lot of people have asked that.
Like it could be something to try and get her to feel anger to move towards the dark side.
And yeah, and it's something they could bring him back
Yeah,
up. And I hope they
but-
don't, though. I like what they do.
But at the end, Slave Kid, who's got to sweep up, he does a little force move there. And I'm pretty sure he's not part of not part of the,
Kanan,
the Skywalker family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which does bring me to my third thing that I disliked about this movie. You've got a problem with the way I say three.
No,
No, he's got a problem with how you skipped him.
I
Oh,
got skipped.
go ahead, say it. Sorry. He was doing a lead in, so I was jumping on it.
Jumped
Go
over. It was my fault.
I was just simply going to make the point
Nah.
that nobody is contextual.
Yeah,
Okay?
there's a camera there. Thanks.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, because I'm going to use you as an example.
Okay.
In the Ren Fair and comedy or anime and all that circuit here in Wichita, you are somebody.
Okay.
However, you are not somebody at like Menards.
Okay.
So it's contextual. Her parents may have actually been somebody, just not on a large scale.
Yeah, but they're not
But-
somebody within the Force universe
Yeah,
or the
they're
Star
not-
Wars mythology.
Well, they were people within the Force universe and the Star Wars mythology, but they were not people within the established Jedi aristocracy.
Yeah, there were no one of significance.
In
Yeah.
from the
They
point
can
of
write that
view
into the story.
of the Force, is she's a nobody when it comes to the Force,
They-
and her nobody is kicking it.
they-
Oh my God! Can we talk about how fast that bitch learns?
Yeah, yeah.
I
That,
mean, we know for a fact that they weren't kids learning when Anakin killed all the kids,
The younglings
yeah.
but they may have been
just
like a
knocked him down
generation
like
ahead of that.
youngling beer.
They could have possibly been a generation ahead of that. Say somebody that was in with Anakin while he was the Padawan.
Well, and I would just assume them not even referencing that anymore, because in Episode 4, what we had was Jedi was pretty much a dead religion. It was, you don't see those everywhere, and if you saw one, it was a real rare thing. I would rather it be like that instead of, oh no, just all the Jedis are still connected to everything. You know, so it would be like if Rey's parents were part of Jedis, or all of a sudden there's this Snoke who's this mystical Jedi that nobody even knew anything about or anything.
And nobody will.
Yeah, and no, well, and again, who knows? I'm sure we're gonna hear a backstory, even though they never said who he was, and he's gone.
Maybe she's Jar Jar's kid.
So no. See, what I'm seeing happen with Snoke here, Snoke. All right, what I'm seeing happen with Snoke here is, and I stated this a little bit earlier. First off, he was the stormtrooper in Episode 4 that hit his head. All right.
That's your fan theory.
Hold on. Keeps going. All right. He hit his head. All right. He did that damage to himself. Now, his workplace is saying that they won't cover it with workers' comp because it was self-inflicted through negligence. His personal insurance are saying they're not covering it, and that's because it happened at work and work should cover it. So all of a sudden, he can't get it fixed. He's all mad about this. And then, first off, he goes and tries to do some alternative healing practices, which brings him into the Force people and over to the dark side, because, let's face it, anti-vaxxers are the dark side. All right? And then once he gets into the dark side and gets the power from that, then he uses his established injury and the significance around it. He uses that to run for office, and that's what gets him in there.
And he's running on the platform that he's going to make healthcare truly universal.
Yes, nobody's going to have it.
So your theory is he is the guy from the blooper reel of the first Star Wars.
Not blooper, it's in there.
It's in there, but it's still a
Yep.
a mess up.
In the Star Wars books, I read the Darth Bane trilogy.
Video only.
No,
So in this book, there's a thing called essence transfer, where you actually like transfer your essence from one body to another.
It's called breaking wind in our universe.
There you go. So
I thought that was
theoretically, that is a practice that was learned by the Sith, and they knew them, and then it died down over time. Snoke could have known how to do that.
What did he transfer into? Everybody was dead except for
Kylo. He's
Rey
in
and Kylo.
He's in Rey. Rey's gonna be evil. I don't know. Is that what you're inferring?
Yeah, it could be one
what's
of
the
those.
range on this?
I don't know.
You gotta
I
be
mean, is it
Not
touch?
soul.
Is it touch? Is it
No.
measured
Is
in
it a
meters?
saliva thing?
It wasn't a touch thing. But there was like some kind of mind battle going on between it, like the old essence of the person who actually owned the body and the new person coming in.
Could
So-
be.
Didn't they do this with the blue people in the tree?
Yeah,
Avatar?
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, see, and that's the thing. I wonder how much of that they're going to be bringing in from the animated series or the books, because the idea was that stuff was supposed to supplement the movies originally, and
Yeah, but all that got wiped.
right, all that did. But now there is new extended universe.
Except for the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon and Star Wars
You
Rebels.
mean my favorite
And-
one, Splinter in the Mind's Eye, isn't true anymore?
It is not true.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so now there is a new extended universe, though,
Right.
which actually has about as much
Except for
information
Ed.
as the old
Ed had
extended
Luke and
universe, because
Leia
they've been
look it up.
popping so much stuff out. I mean, there's that might be a
I'm
little
talking straight
exaggeration,
up
but there's
Arkansas
a lot. So, what I'm seeing now with this new movie, because so many people were trying to pull stuff out of that extended universe to explain stuff in the new movie, is they're saying no, it's still all about the movie, and the extended universe is just
because in
gonna
the
branch
extended
from this.
in Star Wars Rebels, isn't there a Jedi?
Yeah, oh yeah.
actually another one that they also brought in.
Is that a video game?
Extended Universe
No.
was Admiral Thrawn.
Star Wars Rebels is Disney XD
Yeah.
cartoon.
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Oh
And-
yeah, okay,
and
yeah,
there's a,
yeah.
And there's a smuggler who's a Jedi, And that's happening in between what episodes? Isn't it right before episode 4?
I think, and I haven't been keeping up on that because I watched the original stuff, but the
Because
new
that
stuff
like
is going
that's
on.
a possibility that like that Jedi could be.
Right. Yeah, they're saying there could be a lot of Jedi's from the animated and stuff that show up in this.
Yeah.
But
It can't be 4 because then they also had Lando in it, but that was after Cloud City.
But that wasn't Rebels, was it?
Maybe I'm getting that
Okay.
confused too.
You know, Lando was around other places before Cloud City. He
Yeah.
used to own the Millennium Falcon.
All right.
Okay, so that means he went places. You don't own a sweet ride like that without going someplace.
I just
Heap
know
of
that.
junk.
I just know that I
It's a
want to
sweet
see a scene where Kylo Ren is mounting Rey, smacking her on the ass, saying, "Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?"
And her going, I don't know.
Nobody of importance now.
Nobody of importance.
Goes the
Trust your
PG
feelings.
Let
So
go.
I'm going to bring the third point that really bugged me on this was a lot of people were talking about the side quest that meant nothing, that accomplished nothing. And it never needed to happen because the I can't remember her name, purple-haired chick that took
The
over
Admiral.
should have just told everybody her plan. Somebody brought it up the other day where she was telling guys that were gassing up the ship what the plan
Yeah, I
was.
said that.
Yeah. Why the hell
Which-
couldn't she tell the people in
Now we
charge?
know they have
point,
fuel.
yeah.
We still don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's the first time they mentioned fuel.
It's the first time in all the movies that they have mentioned fuel. We don't know what it is.
So
It
they,
still could be liquid Schwartz.
that side quest should have never happened. Really, she shouldn't have happened, in my opinion. That character should have been played by Admiral Akbar.
Didn't need to kill him.
Yeah, he didn't need to die. If he was going to die, let him be the guy. Because if he would have been the guy at
Oh,
the
man,
end that
go
sacrificed him, I would have stood up in the theater and I
Oh,
would have
yeah.
applauded. Slow clap right there.
That is the way Admiral Akbar needed to go.
Instead of a casual mention of, oh yeah, he was there and died too. That was stupid.
Yeah, he got snuffed out like a candle at a birthday party.
But that third thing that bugged me then, the side quest was, okay, we're going to free all the, and you guys have heard this pitch, we're going to free the animals because they're enslaved and that's horrible. During their journey, they run into children that are enslaved. They talk to them, they give them presents, and they leave them there.
They use the kids to free the animals that the kids are forced to take care of, but they leave the kids.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want to steal the kids from their parents.
They were slaves. They even say it in the thing that they were slaves.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, another problem I've had. I was thinking about this last night about Star Wars. Where are the teenage kids?
Luke was a teenager.
Luke was he was the 18 teenager. He was technically an adult.
We're the
So you want
14-year-olds.
tweens?
You don't see them. You see the little kids getting whipped. All right. You see the younglings getting slaughtered. Where are the teenagers? Where's your boy? Where's Gabe?
They're the ones that have learned not to.
They're the
screw
ones that
up and
learn
get
to
whipped.
duck and get the fuck out of there because they're going to be a slave.
It does make you wonder, was there a generation time when like everybody in the Star Wars universe just wasn't getting it on? Maybe?
I don't know. I do not know where the teenage kids are
It was a
because
time of
technically, you would want not little kids taking care of these animals. You'd want the teenage kids taking care of these animals. Just for size wise.
Well, little kids are easier to corral. Maybe they had, I don't know,
Maybe they
crevices
sold
to
them
get
off
in
to
or
the,
something that
to
needed
the
tiny
slaves.
hands.
I don't know.
Maybe they're the ones who built the new Death Star.
Now that does sound like a challenge. I'm going to go back through now and try to figure out. 'cause
Where are the teenagers?
Yeah, there are just not many of them. All right.
They
I
died in the
didn't.
war.
I didn't see any in the bar.
I don't know what the drinking age in the Star Wars universe is. All right, so let's get on to some of these fan theories then, because the movie itself, I think
Hold on.
that's the overwhelming. It
At the
was,
Tatooine Cantina
Uh-huh.
in Mos Eisley, if you got money, you're drinking.
I would bet. Well, for all we know, some of those aliens were teenagers. We don't know.
But we don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Could be just.
Anyways, back to the meat.
all the teenagers are stormtroopers. They're
Finn's
recruited.
a teenager?
They're No, he grew from a teenager into Finn.
But we don't see the teenage Finns out there?
Yeah, but they're all being brainwashed.
They're getting recruited
That explains.
into the
They could have been recruited all before that. If you watch Soldier with Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, yeah,
No, not Russell
or
Crowe.
not Russell, Kurt Russell. Damn
Kurt
it.
Russell. I know. I did that as a joke and he fell for it. If you watch Soldier with Kurt Russell, they already have them brainwashed and ready to roll by the time they're a teenager, and they're out there kicking ass as teenagers. All right? The what?
Forgot that
I didn't forget anything.
Soldier was part of the later.
That's not my point. My point is,
No, the point is it's not part of the Star Wars universe.
my point is that brainwashing is best handled when done earlier. That way, when they hit those teenage years, they're ready to roll with that sense of invincibility
said-
that teenagers
I
have.
said it could be happening. I didn't say it was handled in the best possible way.
I'm just saying, where are the teenage fins?
They're
teenagers?
recruited as children into.
They ain't recruited to take
So
it.
they're all.
This is- I recruit.
they're
you
all
were
being-
so.
they're all part of the Empire
we
being
recruited
trained
them
as star-
at gunpoint. I
stormtroopers.
believe we call that Shanghai.
Yeah. So they're recruited.
Huh?
Sorry. Oh, did you have something?
Well, I tried 6-7 times. I didn't get in.
Oh, that you just got to open your mouth and talk.
Well, I did.
Well,
You got to say
did
more
you
than
come?
one
I didn't
word.
even
He
see that. You
raised
were,
his hand.
what do you got?
The teenagers are the stormtroopers, which explains why they can't hit a damn target.
Finn was a stormtrooper. He was not a teenager.
Well, he's not a teenager
Yeah,
now.
well,
so
Oh,
he's
okay,
not-
okay,
well,
okay.
Finn was
All right.
recruited late. That's why he didn't work out.
So
as a stormtrooper.
every teenager in that universe, Rebel and everyone, they ship them off to be stormtroopers.
Yep.
Yep.
You can't use logic on me. It ain't gonna work.
That's okay. We're talking about something that happened a long time ago. The
That's,
galaxy far, far away.
that's the only answer I've got for you is that they're all part of the Empire. They're all being schooled
Speaking of the
somewhere.
Empire,
Yeah.
I bring forth to you the idea that the Empire was the good guys. Actually, we're actually the good guys, and the rebels are the bad guys. The only reason that we think the rebels are the good guys is because they're the ones telling the story. Because as I've often said, every true villain thinks that they're the good guys in their own point of view. And since we're watching this from the rebel point of view, we're thinking they're the good guys. But if you look at all the crap they pull and all the things that happen when they're in charge, when the Republic is in charge, then the Empire, then the Republic, things were better off when the Empire was in charge.
Like, I can give you that
They
on some of it.
created jobs. They made big
No slaves.
decisions.
All right, Anakin slave. Slave, 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 slave. 4, 5, 6, no slaves. 7, slaves.
Wait, unless you count.
Well,
Well, the
monkeys
stormtroopers
were
recruited,
slaves.
so they're not slaves.
If they were human, they
if
were
you
slaves.
watch the very first episode 1, Anakin says he's going to become a Jedi and free all the slaves.
That's right. Darth Vader.
And
freed
he
the
was
slaves.
integral to the Empire,
right.
and the Empire was better for the galaxy.
Vader was their Abe Lincoln. That's what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is their version of a stovetop hat.
Wow.
Well, Anakin did actually become Vader because he thought he was doing it for the good of the universe.
Yes.
So here's the question then. Since the Empire, you don't ever see any Jedi's helping out with the Empire. Like, so you have Sith, so you have the dark
No,
side.
you only had 2.
Yeah. Well, you had more than 2. You had
There's always 2.
yeah, but you had more than 2 because some of them died. So in the first few episodes, you had Dooku that was helping with them. You had Darth Maul who was helping with them. You had who eventually became Vader who was helping with them. You had Darth Sidious who is of course leading it all. Right? There's 4 right there.
Yeah,
you
when
had-
the rebels
But
were in
never at
charge.
the same
So
time.
so you had, but eventually through the whole thing. I didn't, say at the same time. It's just through the whole thing. So you have all this dark side, and dark is associated with evil.
But it
and,
shouldn't be.
And there's the light side, who's on the rebel side.
Let's look at
Well,
let's
if
look
you
at
break
things.
down the Force in those movies and what it actually is, like, dark and light aren't really. So there's dark side powers, but they're not really dark.
No,
like,
it's all in
just
how
be-
you use
yeah,
it.
it's-
And just
Because
because
the choking power can be good. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you can use it to
yeah,
choke off a nerve and
autoeroticism.
kill someone.
Yeah. What if she's into it?
It's proper motivation.
I mean, I love that one cartoon where the Emperor turns to Darth Vader and goes, "So, do you ever force choke yourself while you're masturbating?" But no, no,
The valid point of the rebels are the bad guys.
oh yeah, the rebels are the bad guys. But no, we were actually onto something there, and now I lost it. Damn it! You're right. You're right. We needed key points on this.
Well, that's what I was asking about the dark side being with the rep or the
Oh yeah,
Empire.
my point being is you see all through our actual human history, people who are on the bright light side doing the most heinous things. I give to you the Inquisition.
Oh wow, that's a
What
good
show.
example.
Inquisition.
See, and in hindsight, I look back and I go, the Inquisition was evil, but they were the good guys of their time.
They were the good guys. They were representing the bright light of God, and they were doing the evilest of shit.
Yeah, that's a good point because at least with the Empire, they pay their people. It's like a military that are getting.
Now, what do the Jedi Council do to anybody who's Force capable but not a Jedi?
refuse to train them.
It's worse than that, baby. If you're straight up doing your own thing out there, hey, guess what? I'm throwing shit around.
They send the Jedi to
It's
deal with
it's
you.
consensual force choking. All right, that kind of stuff going on. Man, they come down on you hard.
So basically, if you're not going to be part of the light side of the Force,
You're
if you're
taking
not
out.
with us, you're against us.
Yep.
Is it me though that when you get your theory there, isn't it kind of odd? Be like, he's too old to be trained.
Yeah, he's way too old. At 10 years old.
Yeah, he can form his
Got a
own opinions
16-year-old
and
queen
not be
hot after him.
and not be corrupted into our evil,
Yeah.
rebellious ways. Oh man, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe they just really like
So,
See? They're Catholic priests.
so a lot of them dress that way too.
That's where I
Yeah.
was going with that.
So no, I'm adding to this theory. I'm thinking because it makes a lot of sense. So the rebels, they don't pay anybody. They expect everybody to work for free, much like slaves.
They don't
And
free
then-
slaves when they have the chance
They
to.
They
free the
don't
slaves
free
when
the
they
slaves or anything like that. Meanwhile, Anakin, he comes back. He sees that he came back to save his mama, all right, who was a slave, found out what happened, and boy, howdy, he took it out. I tell you right now, those Tusken Raiders never going to mess with anybody ever again.
You mean the dead ones?
Yep, them ones.
they won't mess with anybody.
But they didn't mess with them later on. When they
Different Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, he said those. Wow. Okay, so I'm trying to go through all the movies now in my head and see how much sense that makes. Because it kind of does. I mean, like they have Luke and they have Leia. The rebels have Leia, and they keep her from her parents because
All right, and keep in mind as well, the rebels, all right, they will do whatever it takes, all right, and if crap happens, don't look at it, all right, don't look at it because we are the good guys, and oops, we are the good guys, and crap happens, and that's how you get. That's how you get slaves left over there because we can't be bothered because we're off to do the greater good. All right? But boom, you flip over to the Empire. The Empire, they're very stringent. They have the rules. They let you know what's going to happen. All right? And if you cross that line, guess what? You're breathing space out the airlock.
Well, and
they're the ones that will sit there and if there's bad people out there, it's not the rebels hiring the bounty hunters to go get them. It's the fucking Empire hiring those bounty hunters to go take out the bad guys who are wanted in 7 systems.
You look very unhappy.
no, this so much of it makes sense because it's very much even like current government. They've got the Empire has a military unit to police the galaxy. They build a Death Star. They didn't say we're building the Death Star to just go randomly blow up planets. It's just to keep people in line, So they
It is the ultimate battle station.
now how do you explain that then? They blow up an entire planet of Alderaan to prove a point to Leia.
They told them.
So that is kind of evil though, to get info out of one person.
Well, to be fair, you don't know if the Empire evacuated Alderaan before it happened.
That's something they should retcon because Lucas has no problem retconning stuff. Disney can jump on that band.
Oh yeah, and the fact that
So we need
Leia allowed her planet.
You could say that
Oh,
Leia let
yeah.
her planet get blown up.
She did.
All they asked her were where the plans were.
So we need to retcon backstories
All
now
right.
of the
And,
evacuation
and
of Alderaan.
listen,
to make
listen what
everything
happened
make Empire look
to
good.
listen what happened to General with Governor Tarkin. All right, he said, "Where is it?" She said, "I'm not going to tell you." He says, "I'm going to blow up your planet if you don't." He set the ground rules. All right, she fed him false information. All right, because she didn't tell him where it really was. She didn't say nothing about you haven't. All right, She told him false information, and he went, "Nah, I know you're lying. Here's the consequences. Take it out."
And if you want to look at that from a modern perspective, modern-ish perspective, look at Japan.
I'm not catching
So
the
we're,
reference.
we're the empire, and Japan is fucking up. We're gonna hit you with a really big bomb, and they're still fucking up, and we hit them with a really big bomb.
Oh, when you say modern, you meant 50 years ago. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Lost me for a second. But yeah.
We're getting old, dude.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
getting old.
I said modern-ish,
Okay.
and it's closer to 75 years ago.
Yeah. But, all right. So okay, I like this theory.
All right.
I like this. I think
So
this is
basically,
going on.
Leia killed Alderaan.
Wow, she is a bitch. Okay.
Total.
Now I'm trying to poke holes in it somewhere.
I know,
now.
bring it on.
I'm thinking. So you
Now,
guys,
just keep in mind, all these stories that we're watching, all these movies, 1 through 8, are all told from the rebellion's perspective. I mean, even in 8, come on, at any time, the Empire could have stopped that hot pursuit.
well, and you know the Empire
They
is
could just-
obviously bringing money into the galaxy because the robots. Well, now some of the technology doesn't get more advanced. Some of the technology does, but some of it doesn't.
What
So-
doesn't get more advanced?
Some of the robots, some of the ships. So you look at episode 1, the ships are way sleeker and nicer looking than the stuff in episode 4.
That's
Incorrect.
CGI.
No,
I know that's
incorrect.
CGI.
I was thinking about that when I was watching episode 8 right now because they went to Naboo, right?
Right.
In episode 8. If you look at it in episode 8, those ships still have that. It's not a matter of technological level, it's a matter of manufacturer. Those are Nabooian ships.
Well, like the holograms are so much nicer in the prequels than they are in the hologram technology. I mean, you can barely even make out Sidious or anything when he's on a hologram in 4, 5, and 6, or 5 and 6.
I would like to add that.
That was done intentionally because they were using encryption. What would you like to add, sir?
I'd like to add that in episode 1, the ships were newer than they were in episode 4.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people say because of the war-torn era of episode 4 that you're not getting the new production of stuff, but they're producing fucking planet-sized ships, so they should be able to. I mean, there should be some new ships. It's not like they just stopped making cars.
Yes, but in the first episode, they were new and they aged as they went.
But they
That's
didn't
why
show the
they-
Maybe
same
they weren't
ships.
producing new ships though.
Yeah, but
They
you
didn't-
forget
Maybe
also-
maybe all the assets were going into building a planet-sized ship.
But like, you didn't see X-wings in the first 3 movies, right? So, X-wings were sometimes created between that time and episode 4.
because they were war machines. You forgot that.
Well, we saw war machines in the
But,
first.
but then the rebels, they couldn't afford to buy the brand new spanking new stuff. They had to
It was a time difference. If you look at it, look at the sweet ass Duesenbergs and stuff like that created in the 1930s and 1940s. They had some sweet lines to them. Then look at the crap cars that were made in the 1980s. All right,
Yeah,
The boxes.
yeah.
yeah, the
It's
running
actually a
boxes.
good. It's a good example.
It's
So-
just a matter of time. And also, as I said, if you look in episode 8, when they go back to Naboo, the new Naboo ships still have those lines. That is a local manufacturer, and that's their copywritten designs.
So episode 4 is our 1980s.
Actually, it was 1977.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, there you go.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
1977 because you're
long,
coming,
long
you're
time ago.
right in to where the cars started to look like crap because they put in the emissions things, and that dialed back on all the performance under the hood.
How much time are we sitting at here?
We're at sitting at 32 minutes, 33
Okay, so
minutes.
we're not doing it. So yeah, so I like this theory. It's something I think that we should bring up from time to time because it's something I'm going to watch for in all the future Star Wars endeavors.
Well, we'll bring up this theory again after the next episode comes out.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. Well, the Han Solo
Also,
movie
Han
too,
Solo, I was going to say a Han Solo movie coming out.
which I know the original before they trashed all the extended universe stuff. A lot of Han Solo's original story had slavery in it.
You
So
don't
yeah,
call this all mysteries.
yeah.
Before the Empire took over.
Well, apparently, if I recall right, the original story was the Empire was enslaving a bunch of Wookiees.
Yes.
But that is all now not canon. So,
Exactly my point.
yeah.
They went to free the
But they-
Wookiees and not the
they
humans.
fought on Kashyyyk.
But that was one of the, I think in the original story, and correct me, John, seems like you know the story, the Han, that's one of the reasons he left the Empire was he was freeing, Chewie was going to be a slave. And that-
Oh my God!
Actually,
What?
You're saying Han Solo was Captain Jack Sparrow before Captain Jack Sparrow was Captain Jack Sparrow?
Well, okay, this is a whole nother fan theory. Hang on.
Oh, right. We got another one.
No, it was the fact that like
Wookiees ain't cargo, mate.
Han Solo was in an academy, which if you always see why
They're going for the Academy Awards, yes. Yeah, you're right. He was.
Pants he was wearing and the blood stripes going down the side.
He was in the
Those were
military.
the pants he had from when he was in the academy.
He wore those same pants that whole time.
It just was his style.
Huh?
Maybe he was just comfortable with it, but it was the Carillion style.
Yep.
So, but during that time period, yes, Wookiees were slaves, and at some point, like
And they
Han saved Chewie through the.
And then when Anakin came along, freed all the slaves, he's the one that made it. Stovetop hat. He's the one that made it. So the Wookiees were no longer slaves. They were a freed people. Yet they were still recovering, much like the Jim Crow era days of our past.
and to retcon one of my comments, I'd said that they don't pay the rebels. They did pay Han. Episode 1 or episode 4, they paid him, but he wasn't a rebel.
He wasn't a
He
rebel.
was a rebel.
So he was-
he
He was
hired
an
him
independent
as a-
contractor.
hired
though.
gun.
Okay.
They
Okay.
hired him.
He was an independent contractor, and I'm sure he got paid out of the princess's private wallet.
Yeah. All right.
And
Okay.
yet he still refused to pay Jabba.
Well, he was going to. He was on
You
his
know,
way.
man's
was
got
on
to
his
do what a
way to
man's got to
cocaine.
do.
He just got sidelined.
I swear the credits were in the mail.
Now, hey, did Jabba have slaves?
Oh yeah, the dancing girl, but he
Okay,
was.
but he was outside of the Empire.
Yeah, he was outside of the Empire. The Empire
He was
didn't
a
like him.
gangster.
Yeah. Okay. I like this. I'm gonna be looking forward and everything from now on with that stuff. I'm gonna go back and watch some of the movies now. Think of this. So, all right. How do we want to tie this one up then?
By agreeing that the Empire was the good guys and the rebels were the bad guys.
I'm still on the fence, but I do like the theory.
Rich,
I think you're sounding like a conservative.
hush your mouth.
Next episode, Decepticons were the intergalactic police. Autobots were planet invaders, right?
Hey, all I'm saying is Team America is a biography. Go ahead.
What am I supposed to say?
Wait, do you agree with him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just totally
Yeah.
agree. Just straight up. Okay. Jonathan?
Economically standing, yeah, the Empire was awesome.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Economically, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
All right.
All right, guys, thanks for let's roll around Little Beard.
I'm Robin Banks.
I'm Frankie.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm good Ash at the last.
Yeah, I know it's because we're sitting in the wrong order today.
We have still got to fix that shit.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.